your sequence, Smitty. No, it won't be an under the rim, Smitty.
Good talking going on. Energize you when you guys are talking and all that stuff goes back and forth.
I mean, it is what it is. I wouldn't say it energizes me. Like I said, it's somebody's team has to lose, and that's all it is.
Damian Lillard and Russell Westbrook didn't seem like they hate each other, but these playoffs have showed something different.
This is how Lillard summed up a series which featured plenty of trash talk from Russell Westbrook and Dennis Schroeder.
He told Russell Westbrook to stop hiding from this whooping.
We have a rivalry. What is up, dudes, dudettes, ballers, players? It's your boy MJ. First, we just witnessed greatness. I was watching this possession and I'm like, why has he not made his move as the time went down to 3 seconds? Yeah, that's because he hit a 37-footer to win the series and even waved goodbye to the Thunder. Just perfect. Russell Westbrook hates everyone. First, it was Embiid, and they still don't like each other. Also, Kevin Durant. Now it's Damian Lillard. But this rivalry started before this playoffs and before this year. So let's break this down. And I want to thank you for all the wishes and support. Like, it really meant the world to me. I was diagnosed with hepatitis and jaundice. You see the yellow eyes? Yeah, I was in the hospital for a week, and after they ruled out viruses, autoimmune disorders, medications that I took as being the possible cause, the doctors didn't really know what to do. So I'm still in recovery. My liver enzymes are all extremely elevated, and I'm anemic right now, so it makes it really hard for me to work. Like, this video took me a whole week to make for you guys, but I'm trying to get back into the swing of things and give y'all great content. We're getting back on that grind to get that 88% of y'all that watch my videos that aren't subscribed to subscribe, so please subscribe. Westbrook and Lillard have matched up for 28 times including these playoffs. That's a lot. And in the regular season, Westbrook leads 12-11 in wins. But Dame got him. And more times than not, both are matched up directly against each other. Let's go back to 2016 when Russell Westbrook for some reason just kicked the ball away from Lillard as he tried to pick it up. Lillard took exception to that and they both started to argue. Honestly, it didn't really make sense at the time. I mean, why kick the ball away from a guy trying to pick it up? Looking at that game, the Thunder were down 9 at that point in the game. Even when Russ was asked after the game why he kicked the ball, he said, I don't know, in typical defiant Westbrook fashion. Lillard played it off and said that they were cool, but that's Lillard's personality. Lillard typically has a calm head on him. Yeah, he can get fired up, but he's more of a laid-back person. The Trailblazers would end up winning that game, but the next 3 times they met that season, Russell Westbrook dropped 42, 45, and 58 points. Yes, this was during his MVP season, but even for Westbrook, those numbers are crazy. Damian Lillard dropped 29, 33, and 22 in those games, which by no means is bad, but more importantly, the Trailblazers won 2 of those 3 games. It definitely seemed like Russ was more fired up to play the Trailblazers after that game in 2016. And then in January of 2018, Damian Lillard said that he was frustrated that he hadn't made the All-Star team for the past 2 years. Damian Lillard was then selected for the All-Star team by the coaches in 2018, and then Westbrook came out and said that you've got guys complaining about getting snubbed until they get in, you've got guys just talking about it all the time, but the guys that deserve it are not. Even if Westbrook was lobbying for his teammate Paul George to make the team, he pretty much disrespected Lillard, who was vocal about being snubbed. Damian Lillard would say that he respects Russ a lot, so it was disappointing. Dame would later say that Russ and him laughed about the whole little feud thing during the All-Star break and that they were all good, and there wasn't really any incident for a whole year. But then in January of this year, Russ made the now famous comments that he's been busting that ass for years. for years. This crossover definitely did not help Damian's cause. It was really the first real trash talk that was caught on camera or visible beef between the two in a game since 2016. Russ hadn't really trash talked in the entire game until the end of the fourth quarter with Damian Lillard at the line. And I'm not exactly sure what prompted him to do that. Damian wasn't talking trash, and Russ was doing his normal hyped up celebrations during the game. You know, these celebrations. Apparently, Evan Turner also did the rockabye celebration after scoring on Westbrook, but Westbrook didn't see it. After the game, Westbrook said Turner could rock it back to Portland. Westbrook hates everyone. So at this point, Lillard and Westbrook have a weird relationship. One guy is saying that everything is all good, and the other is saying, I don't know. Lillard said right before the playoffs that there is something there between the Thunder and Blazers. And then we headed into this year's playoffs. And the playoffs just made everything amplified. Game 2 was when Lillard and Russell got tangled and tension started to rise. Lillard defends Russ well on display, gets hype, and proceeds to make a 31-footer. Throughout the series, and especially in Game 3, Westbrook was calling Lillard a bitch after almost every basket he scored. Game 3 was the Thunder's only win, and they put on a lot of antics. Harkless said that it was good to shut them up after the Game 4 win. Westbrook did his infamous rockababy twice on Lillard. Lillard would later say that you do that celebration if you overpower someone, not if you shoot jump shots out of the post. Before Game 5, Lillard had a few people over for dinner and said that Westbrook was celebrating all wild and saying some wild shit. And quote, that's the difference between us. Because Lillard wasn't talking trash to Westbrook, he was just doing his job. Lillard also said, stop running from this ass whooping, while showing clips of Russ switching off of Dame while Dame was guarding Russ on the other end. And he has a point. You can't be talking all this trash and not even guard the player you're talking trash to. That's facts. And he concluded that he was gonna finish those mother effers in the next game. Well, damn, Dame. Just wow. And then Game 5 happened. Dame waved goodbye to the Thunder because the series was over. It was retaliation for all the trash talk and mockery that the Thunder did in Game 3. Paul George came out and said it was a bad shot, and Dame responded with a LOL and said if anything, it was bad defense. Straight savage. Dame also posted this on Instagram and captioned it onto the next. Straight savage. And that leads us to today and where we are in the rivalry. The Thunder Trailblazers rivalry was already getting real, but this solidified it. There's bad blood between Westbrook and Lillard, and it seems like Dame had the final word to say, which he earned, and Westbrook fizzled out and just didn't perform at the level he needed to. This is definitely an exciting rivalry because it's point guard versus point guard. But what do you think? Who's the better player, Dame or Russ? Drop a like for this shot, cause you know, it was amazing. And also, the face. And to the 88% that ain't subscribed, subscribe. I'm working my way back into the YouTube grind. It's a slow recovery process, but I'm excited to be back. The Instagram shout of the day goes to Addison, and the all-day notification shout goes to John Reyes. Thanks for the all-day support. Make sure to hit the bell for all-day notifications, and if you're not a sub, hit that subscribe button, join the all-day community for more fire content and all-day support. It's your boy MJ. We out.
Okay, just hop in my spaceship. Okay, just hop in my spaceship. No, no, no.